Welcome back to the show. We're joined now by defensive ends Valente, Garza, and Willie Hayes. Willie, you're a guy that was a backer last year. Now you've got your hand on the ground, and you're loving it, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a good time. You don't have to think about anything anymore. So you're just able to go and basically have two responsibilities: run. If it's a run, you got to take on the block, and if it's a pass, get to the quarterback. So it's a really good time, having a blast.
Now, it's safe to say you guys had a great day on Saturday. I know you're not supposed to enjoy it too much, but what's it like being on the defense when you guys put forth an effort like that in a place where it's usually defined by what the offense does?
Well, if everybody's clicking, we're having a great time, So if our whole defense is having fun, we're doing our responsibilities, I think the offense kind of strives off that too. So everybody's just coming together as a team, and we're having fun out there.
And Coach, your coaching staff is set up to where you guys really focus on the defensive line. You're one of the position coaches. You got a couple more. This is a strong suit for you guys, something you take really seriously, right?
Oh, gosh, yes, absolutely. We call the linemen in our program, they get to go first in everything because we call them the real football players. All the rest of the guys are the make-believe players, And we've said before the game, it's going to be determined at the line of scrimmage. O-line, D-line, you've got to have your best game you've had all year, and wow, they really did. So it was a lot of fun.
And Valente, you're a guy in a very similar situation as Willie, where you were kind of an outside backer doing a lot of pass coverage last year.
Yep.
You switched to defensive end, and you're having a pretty good time too, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. I wasn't the best pass coverage guy, so rushing a lot, I like it a lot more.
And you guys, you face a rushing offense like Eau Claire, and defensive ends usually defined by sacks, rushing the passer. That's what you always hear. But you guys seem to get really involved in the run game as well. What's the key to that?
Basically setting the edge, because once we do that, they have to make a cut, and then our linebackers are really fast and good, obviously, Wanger and the rest. But we just set the edge, and then they fly in there, and usually a tackle for a loss if all goes according to plan.
And the big thing for you guys, does it seem to be the more blockers you can occupy and you have a playmaker like Wanger and those other backers back there, you just let those guys make the plays?
Right, because if two people are on us, that leaves one person free. So I guess we don't like taking on double teams. We like getting free, but if we do, we know we're doing our job because then somebody else is getting there.
Anything to make the whole defense make a play, right?
Right.
Well, the Cardinal D has seen a bit of a renaissance this season under new coordinator Rick Ponks, and we tell the story of the Cardinal assistant in this week's Cardinal Corner.
Right there. That's where that ball is going to be thrown. And he's going to go up. He'll go up and throw it just like that. That kid's going to get up and catch it right here on you.
Rick Ponks is all about North Central. The Downers Grove native has been on John Thorne's staff for 8 seasons, 6 of those as offensive line coach. But this season brought a job title change to defensive coordinator.
When Coach Thorne walked in last winter and made the suggestion he was thinking about this, I jumped at it. Sometimes it gets time to have a new challenge.
And Ponks has some help. The defense brought back 9 starters this offseason and hasn't allowed double-digit points yet this season. His biggest achievement yet this year is shutting down a powerful Eau Claire rushing attack to 0.4 yards per carry.
One of the more satisfying victories I've ever been a part of. The kids played their heart out. They were challenged all week. I watched the film yesterday all day, and they played well. The kids did exactly what was asked of them.
Players credit the resurgence of the Cardinal defense to Ponks' dedication.
He's one of the hardest working coaches I've ever been around. I mean, we talk about we never want to be outworked as players. We want to outwork the other team, and Coach Ponks, he wants to outwork the other coaching staffs that we go against.
Every day I come walking in the coach's office, he's always looking at film, doing something, printing out scouting reports, going over the team, looking at who's playing, who's not.
Get your eyes back here!
He credits that strong commitment to doing a job right to one of his non-football influences.
I've watched my dad go through business and raise a family, and work ethic was impeccable. And for that, I'm thankful, because I told our kids, I'm not going to allow you to fail. I don't care how hard I have to work. I'm going to make this work for us. And that comes from my dad.
When you got a guy like that, and he busts his butt for us, we're going to bust our butt for him. And I think that he's gained a lot of respect for us, and we've gained respect for him.
What's your vector, Victor?
But that doesn't mean Ponks doesn't have fun. The former defensive back looks for any chance he can to run around on the stadium turf.
I think it comes out into him. That kid comes out into him a little bit when he was younger. I think he's liked running around with us and joking around with us on the field and stuff. I think when it comes time, he's having fun, and we're enjoying ourselves too.
Oh, wait, you're off sides. Flag. Thorne's gonna yell at me. I'm gonna get fired.
We ran a pursuit drill, and he was like the little rabbit running around with the entire defense chasing him. And the next day he comes in and he's kind of limping. He's a little bit sore, so he was working himself pretty hard that day.
Pointing fingers at somebody else. There's 3 pointing back at you.
And even with the soreness, Ponks wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes, if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be doing it. And I think that, and I've learned a lot of that from Coach Thorne. He talks about always wanting to enjoy your time out here and have fun. For the kids to have fun, the coaches, we should be having fun. If you're not doing that, then you should look into another line of work.
But no matter what, he's always keeping focus on what's ahead.
I found myself Saturday night trying to stay awake because I knew once I woke up from being asleep, it's time for Carthage. And Eau Claire was gone and washed away. So I enjoy it for about 8 hours or as long as I can stay awake. And then the next day, it's on to the next challenge.
Well, guys, from the piece, we get the sense that, Coach Ponks is a guy that's really working hard. He's always in the office, but at the same time, he likes to have fun out there. What's kind of the sense you've seen in the change from having him on your guys' side of the ball?
Definitely, he talks about business on the field, and then as soon as we walk off, like he talks about, he's not a yeller, which is nice, but he'll be coaching you on the field, and then right as we go off, he's like your best friend. That's how he treats it.
And he seems like a really hardworking guy. I know Willie was talking to us the other day. Whenever you guys get in the office, it seems like he's there watching tape, printing out scouting reports, doing something like that.
Yeah, he is in there a lot.
And Coach Thorne, we know he's a guy that does work hard, kind of as we've alluded to here, but he was on the offensive side of the ball for you guys for 6 seasons coaching the offensive line. Kind of what went into this change that you guys had in the offseason?
Well, he's been a defensive coordinator before. He's coached in the Ohio Conference against Mount Union and people like that. So he's got a lot of expertise on the defensive side, and we knew that. And we hated to lose him as the offensive line coach because it was really working over there. And luckily, we've been able to hire a really, really great young coach. Stafford Davis is doing a fabulous job with our offensive line, so it's been able to make everything, keep getting better. But I do have to chase him out of the office every so often. I mean, he just is a workaholic.
And guys, as we look ahead to Carthage, obviously a team that passes as much as they do, you got to be looking forward to it, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a fun week. I mean, last year they threw the ball on us a whole lot. I think they only ran the ball 4 times, but Coach Ponks has been telling us and the rest of the defensive coaches that, they're going to try to run the ball a lot more. So we're going to have our ears pinned back and ready to go.
And this is a team that, you guys, it's almost like Christmas Day when you get out there. I mean, people talk about it all the time, but you guys really get excited when you know you can just go.
Yeah, if you know they're going to pass right off the bat, you can get a pretty good jump off the ball, and, you could use your moves and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to be ready to go this week.
And Valente, you guys end up 3-0 after the non-conference season, but after the first 2 games, Eau Claire was a pretty tough opponent, kind of going back to last week. How big is it to have that test done and over with going into conference? Does it toughen you guys up?
Definitely. Anytime you could play a ranked opponent and especially win significantly, it definitely sends a message out to the rest of our conference that shows that we're actually that good. So it's a huge win.
And the system that Carthage runs as we look ahead to this game on Saturday, they do try to counter you guys in pass rushes, getting the ball out quick. What are some things you guys can do when they're trying to get that ball out so fast, 2, 3, 4 seconds?
Mainly get our hands up and try and knock it down the line of scrimmage in those fast passes, because we're not going to be able to get upfield because he's doing a 3-step drop and then it's out. So getting our hands up is the key.
And I've seen a lot of things. You guys have been doing a lot to read the quarterback. And, you see him step back a certain way, and that just sets everything else up, right?
Yep. Got to go to the top shoulder so he doesn't get around us.
For sure. And, Coach, you guys getting under the lights this week. Emotions kind of running high when you get out there, almost make you feel like you're back coaching on Friday nights again?
Yeah, night games are a lot of fun for everybody, and we're always happy that we have one or more, each year. But Carthage plays a lot of night games at their place, so they're used to it also, and they get real excited. So it should be a really great atmosphere. They're a very good team. They're extremely well coached at that quarterback position. He makes great reads. He takes care of the football, and so the defense is really going to have a wonderful challenge, and hopefully we can step up to all the different things that we're going to see, because we're going to see a lot. It's going to be pretty interesting this week.
And Willie, what makes it different when you guys get under the lights? It seems like things get amped up even more.
I think it's just the fact that, you are under the lights. You go from high school football playing on Friday nights all the time, and you go into playing on Saturday afternoons, and then you get that chance to play under the lights. It just adds that extra tempo and the extra upbeat enthusiasm. So
definitely. And as Carthage comes in, we talked about it's going to be fun, going to be under the lights. What's the key for you guys as a defense going into this game?
I think we just gotta fly around and be able to cover our guys, and we work as a unit. If the back seven is covering their guys, we're able to get a pass rush, and the defensive tackles are pushing up. We're able to get around the edge. So I think everybody's got to work as a unit this week, and we got to just do our thing, worry about ourselves.
Either way, we know it's going to be fun.
Right.
Stay with us, because after a quick breather, we check in with Cardinal SID Clark Tusher to discuss anything and everything going on in the world of North Central athletics.